our undergraduate student. And as we can see, the students from across the program, across the colleges have joined. And to help them out at the undergraduate level, especially for CFA, we have invited four expert speakers of CFA. So we have Vrinda, then we have Kritin, we have Jaiditya, and we have Adveta. Not taking more of your time, let's start our session. So each speaker will introduce themselves. They will speak about 5 to 7 minutes about their experience, their personal experience in this CFA program. They will also say what they are doing. And once all the four speaker completes, you will have a question answer session. Feel free to ask anything. So over to who is the first speaker of the day?
So
Kritin.
me, yes.
Yes, Kritin, start.
Yeah. So hi guys, my name is Kritin. I'm an ex-alumni of NM College.
Always
And
1 minute. Always speak loudly, Kritin. All
yeah,
other
am I
speaker also
audible
speak
now?
loudly.
Am I audible now? So I can't hear you. You're on mute. Am I audible now?
Yeah, but speak loudly.
Yeah, I'll do that. So hi guys, my name is Kritin. I'm an alumni of NM College and I graduated last year. I completed my CFA exam last year and I scored like in the 90-95 percentile range. And that was my first attempt. After that, I have stopped like pursuing. I'm not doing CFA level 2 right now. I'll continue it after some time. I'm trying to secure an MBA exam. Currently, I'm working at KPMG as a consultant out there at mergers and acquisition. And I take care of demergers, integration, separation of different things as a consultant role. So before I start with my journey of CFA or like how to prepare for it, which tuition to go for, I think a more relevant question would be why CFA, or is it actually important also? So honestly saying, like when I had my interview, it was like constant grilling of 2 hours, and before that, I had given a lot of more interviews also, had my internships also, but that was one interview which was one of the most difficult interview for me. And the reason I could pass it was because I just gave my CFA level 1 before that. Like I gave my CFA exam in August and my interview was at September. The reason I was able to crack it was because of the things which I learned in the CFA exam. Now, am I saying that because of learning those things you'll understand how to do consultancy or how to take trades or maybe how to work in a private equity firm? Then believe me, the answer is a clear cut no. There is no course because if you are into a finance field, the dynamics of the field changes constantly. So actually there cannot be any course in this world which can teach you how to quickly adopt to different dynamically changing field. That is not possible. But I'll say that this is a necessary condition. This is not a sufficient condition to crack it in that world, but this is definitely necessary because CFA is one program which will for once introduce you to 5 to 6 different securities. 5 to 6 different securities who come with completely different methodologies, different calculations, and understanding that on your own, I'll say it's just not possible. There is no such content available which can actually teach you how to value futures and options. Even if it is there, it cannot interlink all the different 10 subjects all at once. That is something which can be like which was taught to me by CFA exam, and that gives you the base. This also reminds me once I heard like Newton used to say this a lot that the reason I can see far ahead of others is because I stand on the shoulder of giants. Now, metaphorically, this is the giant. This will give you the base which will make you strong enough to crack it in the investment banking field, or the base which will make you able enough to further go ahead and learn. So that is something which CFA can teach you. And currently in my work experience also, whatever I have seen, most of the people who are there, either they are chartered accountants with 10-15 years of experience, or they are a CFA plus an MBA, or they have done CFA, CA, and FRM. So this is something which gives you a very good base if you want to go there. And also we certainly feel that okay, these are the skills which we can learn in real life world also, and everything. Obviously, nobody can teach you private equity till you go and do it. Nobody can teach you how to take a trade in FNO till you go and do it. There is no course for that. But yes, if your basic is strong, if you know how these securities function at the basic level, why these securities were made, that will just give you an edge. And if you actually want to get in the corporate world of private equity and all, frankly speaking, it is not possible for you to go there without very good qualification. So this is something which makes CFA extremely important as far as I see, and it also gives you a base. Now coming to how to prepare for it. So I like there are people who have done it without tuition, and heads off to them for doing it. But I particularly feel it's better if you take a tuition, because for the first time you'll be introduced to 10 different securities. You can learn about it, but still if you have a able teacher with you who can teach you and properly guide you how to understand those securities, then your base or fundamentals will be 10 times stronger than what it is today. And that is something which is like, out of my work experience also, I can tell it to you that that is something which is extremely important, that your base is very solid, because the exam has a pass rate of 33%. So honestly speaking, passing this exam is not difficult. It's not at all difficult. CA Foundation has a pass rate of 25%. So somewhere the stats are in favor of you. But then if you have understood it nicely, only then you can create an edge in the, like when you're actually working with those securities or you are taking care of that field. Now coming to my preparation journey, I took tuition from Sanjay Saraf sir. And I think like there's Ashwini Bajaj sir, Sanjay Saraf, and there is some Manish Ramka sir, who's a Mumbai localite, who also teaches. These are the three major institutions where I thought like I heard from my friends and all studying. But I personally feel that the reason I could pass that exam was because of Sanjay Saraf sir, and whatever I learned was like 5 times more than what the exam was actually required me to do. And that is something which is more important, because currently nobody in my corporate also comes up to me and asks me to do valuation of an option. But why that is made or how the fundamentals of these things work is more important. There are anyways softwares for you to do it. So understanding the fundamentals are very much required, and for that I prefer that Sanjay Saraf should be there. Now coming to my preparation journey, how I started my preparation. So it may look a bit far-fetched, but honestly, when believe me when I say this, it is very easy to crack this exam. This is not a very difficult exam, but only if you actually enjoy doing it. I remember those 2 months, or like I studied for 49 days. I can share you my routine also for the exact 49 days. Jaiditya was there. He used to help me all around. I used to ask him, कौन सा पहले कौन सा prep करूँ, which subject should I start with, कौन सा नहीं करूँ. And he used to be there. He used to guide me all around, ki do this first, do that first. So I prepared a routine which was just for 49 days from beginning to end. I did not have time for revision, and the strategy which I used was again कि I did not focus too much on giving a lot of mocks or revising again and again the same thing. I focused more on understanding the securities, because whichever thing you are studying, be it fixed income or derivatives, there is a basic fundamental understanding of it. Once you understand the structure of it, you don't actually need to again and again revise the same thing. So that is something which became an edge for me. And I'll actually share the routine with you all. I'll share it to Vijay Satra sir. If you guys want, you can actually follow it if you are like too stressed out of the time. Because Sanjay Saraf sir also has a tuition hour of 500, 600 hours. So which makes it even more difficult for you to revise. But the good thing which worked in my favor was because I just did it in 49 days, things were so fresh in my mind. And again, because my concepts were so fresh that while giving the exam, everything was looking like, ऐसे बोलते हैं ना कि आवाज गूंज रही थी. I could hear his voice echoing in my ears कि this is the concept, this is how it needs to be done. So I did not actually have to understand the formulas. Another thing which I could understand from my journey is, because this is one exam, like I did CA Foundation also, after that I left it in Inter. But one thing which I could understand out here is ki the reason CFA exam is a bit difficult, or it can be difficult, is because there are different multifold of securities which are being introduced. There is not one security, there are 10 different subjects, and all the subjects are interlinked and separate also. So it is not possible that you'll get an understanding of all the 10 subjects at once. At once, you can understand only one subject, right? So one thing which I had thoda sa difficulty in understanding was, I used to go with the mindset कि I want a 100% understanding of every single topic. But when you are studying for this exam, just keep it in mind, it is not possible. It is not possible that at CFA level 1, you'll understand how option chains actually work or how fixed income securities actually work. That is not possible even after CFA level 3. So try to get as much understanding as you can. Try to understand that, okay, there will be 10% stuff which I cannot understand right now, because that is somewhere linked to some other subject which I have not started. For example, fixed income is linked to quants and economics, or derivatives is somewhere linked to equity, quants, economics, somewhere to fixed income also. So it is not possible कि मैं derivative एक बार में समझ जाऊंगा. So don't try to connect the dots in that way कि when I'm studying one subject, I want to understand 100% of it. Try to understand 90% of it. Try to complete all the 10 subjects, and suddenly you'll feel कि all the different dots are being connected when you look backward. Because अलग अलग securities, अलग अलग subjects अपने आप interlink हो जाते हैं. So just keep that in your mind, and try to understand the bigger picture. Your bigger picture, for me, I don't think is just cracking a CFA exam, because it is not that valuable also. Like until unless you like, it's not a standalone degree. This is what I have felt. You need to complement it either with a CA or with an MBA. MBA is more preferable in this case. But so just have this thing in mind ki you need to have a solid understanding of it, not a solid score. I think that's all. If anyone has any question, I'll be more than happy to answer it.
Thank you. What we do, Kritin, can we take the question answer together? Because,
Yeah, yeah, sir. That's also
all
fine.
right.
No issue, sir.
So,
I just saw one hand being raised. That's why I asked
no
you.
issue. We'll take up the question altogether. So, as you heard Kritin, he explained nicely the importance of CFA. He also said support or complement the CFA fit for the studies like MBA or any similar thing. He also said studying and getting basic concepts is very important to clear. And the good part, he said, you don't have to worry about the exam as extraordinary challenging. It's doable. It's doable, like easily doable than many other professional courses, because the reason is good. And Kritan is our BCom honors student and one of the favorite student of, like, Vrinda, and we have Jaiditya, and we have Adveta and all. And he got campus placement in KPMG, and he also stressed the importance of CFA in this campus placement. Definitely, campus placement, you need a lot of confidence. Being CFA level 1 cleared, it really helps. Thank you, Kritin. And of course,
Thank you, sir.
Kritin will be there to, answer any of the questions what we have. Yeah, who is the next one now?
Sir,
After
may I?
Kritin, we have Vrinda. Yeah,
Yeah.
Vrinda.
Am I audible properly?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Vrinda Agrawal, and along with Kritin, I've also graduated from BCom Honors recently. And right now, I am a CA finalist. I have my CA final attempt in November 2025. And as regards the CFA level 1 is concerned, I cleared my exam in the November 23 attempt. So, along with, like, I will not go on overemphasizing the importance of CFA and understanding the fundamentals and basic concepts, because that's what Kritin has done already. When I come to my preparation, I had a lot of things going on. Like, I had my articleship going on in one of the reputable upper mid-sized firms. So, like, I have to devote my 7 to 8 hours of the day to that. Along with that, college preparation, CA final studies. But I was in the first year of my CA final preparation, so I had a little bit amount of time to study for CFA level 1 as well. So, if I talk about my preparation, I did not take any of the coaching classes because, as Kritin mentioned, Sanjay Saraf sir and Ashwini sir, they have like considerable 200 to 300 hours of coaching classes which needed to be done. So I did self study by using the Schwezer application books which are there for the CFA curriculum. And I wouldn't say that you would understand the whole curriculum by just reading the Schwezer books, because obviously some topics like fixed income, derivatives, alternative investments, they are literally very new to the basic concept we've been studying in class 11th or 12th, or maybe what you have been taught in the BCom honors course, which is now the finance and management. So it is not more about the accountancy, taxation, or only the basic maths or the auditing which we have been learning in our college. So like, it is possible to clear it by doing self study also, on my personal opinion, because there are some subjects which you can do by watching YouTube videos of some of the teachers. Like, there is Kevin Sir, then we have FinTree application videos also, and then we have the IFT videos also, which are there available free on YouTube. So if you are feeling a bit of time constrained, or you have other commitments to do as well, so you can go out by reading Schwezer, and you can mark where you have the doubts, and you can go out to YouTube for the respective concept videos. Again, as far as mugging up and rote learning is concerned, I would genuinely do not recommend this, because CFA is a really objective exam. It's not like CA, because I've been doing CA and I can literally draw the comparisons in both the exam. CA being a lengthy one, even if you don't understand some concept, or you do not understand a line or a basic understanding which is given at the introduction of the chapter, it works, because at the end you have to write those long paragraph answers, and it helps even if you don't understand a line. But in CFA, it is an objective exam, and the MCQ can come on literally any line in the middle of the any chapter. So you have to get a proper understanding of every line, and why is that line being mentioned in that chapter, and how is it connected with the practicability of those concepts. Because unless and until when you don't relate those concepts which you're studying with the practical life and in the real life, how is it being used or how is it being applied, I don't think that would make much sense. And also, like, you won't enjoy it. That would just be a burden on your head. So my recommendation would be that if you are a bit confused as to if you want to take the coaching classes or not, you can purchase the Schwezer books and you can start by reading it. And if you are like genuinely not feeling confident by just reading the Schwezer, or you really need a concept understanding, you can go for the coaching classes of Sanjay Saraf sir or maybe Ashwini sir. So that would be about my preparation. As regards the college placements, being a CA student, like, we weren't eligible to sit for the campus placements. But when I had to interview for my articleship, and maybe I had to take a transfer at the end of 1 year of my articleship, so I went to investment banking firms and firms who were offering me equity research roles. So the knowledge of CFA really helped me, and being cleared the CFA level 1, it also posed as an upper hand because they knew I had the basic concept of the markets, or maybe how the financial works and how the financial statements are based upon. So, like, not going on by explaining the importance of it, because I guess Kritin did that as well. But as regards the preparation, that was my strategy. And if I give you the proper timeline of the course, then I prepared for it, like, particularly CFA, I did in 20 to 25 days, because as I mentioned, I had my articleship going on, so I was hardly able to read a chapter of Schwezer during my articleship days. So I was able to complete the reading of one chapter in 3 days or 4 days. And as, like, there are a lot of subjects, there are 10 subjects in CFA, and as you navigate through the chapters, you tend to forget what you have read in the last chapter. And not being taking the coaching classes, I wasn't at par with the students who were taking the coaching classes and preparing for them. So it's not that impossible to do it without coaching classes. It's very much doable. And, like, if you have a good understanding about the financials and the basic concepts, you can do it by like reading the Schwezer also. So yeah, that would be from my side.
Wow. Thank you very much, Vrinda. So here we have a student, Vrinda, who did not join the coaching class. However, she emphasized that basic concept has to be clear. In fact, line by line, it should be clear because it's an objective exam. However, start yourself if you don't want to join coaching class. No harm. Purchase the books readily available in the market and app and all. And still, if you need more, without spending big money, lots of YouTube video are available. And about the YouTube video, I have been always telling you everything you can learn on YouTube, including my accounting, everything is available free. So surely, though Vrinda was running short of time, she was busy in struggling with the college attendance. Then she had an article sheet, and then she had a CA studies. In spite of, and of course, the college exam almost again and again and again, that internal exam and semester and all. In spite of that, she could easily clear CFA, which means if your basics are good and you are firmly determined to clear CFA, and surely you can clear it. And she rightly said, though she did not take part directly in the placement of our college, she whatever she learned did help her to get the articleship of her choice in investment banking and all. Thank you, Vrinda. Be with us. Whatever question answer session will be there. Yeah, the next one, Adveta.
Yes, so good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, sure. Hi, guys. So my name is Adveta, and I have also passed out from BCom honors this year. I am currently working in KPMG in the valuations department. So a distinction between Kritin and I is that he's in M&A and I'm in valuations. Okay, so yeah, so joined KPMG in the month of June. I gave my CFA level 1 in the month of August last year. So that's 2023. And I'll be giving level 2 in about a month, which is August 2024. So the thing is that I am like a balance of Kritin and Vrinda when it comes to coaching. Because if I'll tell you honestly about my journey. So officially I purchased my coaching classes from Sanjay Saraf in November. Okay, and then I started, but I wasn't really serious, and I would just goof around here and there. So I didn't really study then. Okay, but eventually, as time passed, I realized that Sanjay Saraf is a little too long for me, at least. I won't say that for everyone, but it's a little long for me. And I realized that maybe, I need to shift to a shorter version of lectures. So I think in the month of February, I purchased Ashwini Bajaj. So then in March, we had a Siemens and I studied for that. I didn't study for CFA essentially. Then I went back home. Officially, I should have started in November 2022, but I actually started in April mid 2023. So I can tell you that there are inefficiency periods, and that will be the case with a lot of you. Okay, so I think April mid I started CFA level 1 seriously, okay, alongside my internship, and after that, internship ended June, I think June mid May, and then after that I continued with college. So the thing is that I did purchase Ashwini Bajaj, but I watched his lectures only for 5 subjects. Okay, eventually I realized that I am kind of running out on time, and plus I want to focus more on self study, which is studying from Schweitzer books. So I won't say. So there were like subjects like fixed income and quants and economics and things like that, which are considered relatively tough, not eco, but mainly fixed income portfolio. All of these subjects I did on my own. Okay, so it was actually the easier ones like FSA, equity, corporate issuers, AI, derivatives. These 5 were the subjects that I had watched the lectures for. Okay, so I can tell you for sure that it is not difficult to do it without coaching. Sure, when I had watched the lectures, when I read Schweitzer after the lectures, it could be ingrained in my system a lot easier. Okay, it's not like, but yes, when I did self study, I had to probably read the concepts once or twice or thrice. There was a variety, and so I did watch YouTube as well for those tough subjects that I hadn't watched lectures for. So I think you can do with or without. So if you have time, you can take lectures. Okay, I would suggest that you keep it short. The lectures shouldn't be your focus point, because you can't really grasp all the concepts from just watching the lectures. Okay, you need to, maybe you can refer to the notes given by those coaching institutes or Schweitzer. But I would say that you can do it with self study or without self study. Coming to the placement part, so what Kritin said, I wholeheartedly agree with it, because I remember that for valuations, so we were 10 people shortlisted for the interviews after a long process of case study and this and that. So I think till the case study it was fine, but I think where I could really put my CFA degree to use was in that interview. Okay, and it extends beyond that. I'll tell you later. So when it comes to my interview, my so valuation interviews weren't that long as M&A interviews were. They were around 15 minutes on an average, but my interview was somehow 30 minutes. Okay, so I had two internships from MNCs, so they were focused on that as well. But apart from that, I was asked a lot of technical questions, basic ones, but in-depth questions. Like I particularly remember this ratio analysis question. Okay, so ratio analysis is something that is considered to be very basic, but then again, the kind of depth with which they asked the question, I could really put my CFA knowledge to use, because I could literally remember that, in CFA, I had studied this is the implication of this ratio and so on. And so I gave them a long explanation for that. So I think it really does put your mind at ease when you sit for placements. Okay, because you are more familiar with the concepts, like the financial concepts. Also, when it comes to college studies, I would suggest that you don't neglect that as well, because I think Praveen saw subjects in the third year are like similar to CFA subjects. So I think I learned a lot from that also. And I think accounting is also a very important part of finance. Without accounting, you cannot proceed further in finance. Today I'm in valuations. I value companies. Okay, I'm learning to value companies. Accounting is a very important part of it. Let me tell you that the analysis of those accounts is very important. So do not ignore subjects like accounts and IAPM and so on. So that is there. And when talking about the knowledge extending outside of college is when I joined KPMG in June. Okay, so we had these training sessions in which they would teach us things like FCFF, FCFE, like the basic things, which I had already studied in CFA. Okay, there were 13 analysts that joined, all of us, 13 inclusive of all the people. So all 13 of us, amongst all 13 of us, only the people who had done CFA knew the concepts already. That is the beauty of the course. Okay, so we already knew the concepts and we could actually answer the questions that were asked to us in the training just to make it more engaging. So I think the knowledge extends beyond your college or your placement season. It never stops. Okay, it never stops coming into use. And also I would say that I completely agree with Kritin. Kritin, I think, said that it is a complementary degree. You cannot think of it as a standalone degree. It is not. Okay. If I've kind of spoken to the directors in my department, and they've told us that CFA level 1 in the market as of now is not like very valuable. Like if you're a CFA L1 passed, then we'll take you into the company right away. That's not the case. It is just the knowledge that it gives you. It gives you an advantage. It puts you on a pedestal when you are compared to people who do not possess the kind of knowledge that CFA gives you. Okay, so that is the plus point. But yes, it is not a standalone degree. Level 2 has a lot more value, I can tell you this. Okay, but still, CFA clubbed with maybe CA, MBA, and so on is like the ideal thing to go for. So I think that is it.
Oh, so good, Adveta. Huh? Happy to see you here. Adveta was also one of our, favorite student of our BCom honors, known as earlier. Now we call it a BCom Management and Finance, and she agrees to it. Ki though we are not born to become so-called accountant, accounting is also going to play a vital role when you become an analyst or something like that. Lastly, you know it. Accounting is a language of business, but she also emphasized that though she purchased, Sanjay Saraf found it really very lengthy, extraordinary in depth for the exam viewpoint. Then she switched over to Ashwini Bajaj. But she also says ki it is actually the self-study that is important. Howsoever dependent you may be in the so-called coaching class notes or the video, it is lastly who you have to break it. It is you who you have to put the study to your use. Then she also said ki though level 1 itself may not be equal to professional degree, however, that knowledge will put you above the rest. Like she clearly saw the advantage she had in her interview in the training placement, and due to which she got KPMG. Later on, even in the KPMG training session, only she and other student who had CFA or something similar knowledge could understand the importance and significance of training. Advita, thank you very much. I'm sure looking to all two speakers already plus two going to come, those who are here till end, surely they will enroll and clear the CFA. All right. Yes. The next one. Yes, my next speaker. We have Jaiditya. Yes,
Good afternoon, sir.
Jaiditya.
Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So, as all three people that have spoken till now mentioned, I mean, 90% of the things that were to be covered have been covered by them. I still feel that a few things that are left, initially starting off with my introduction. My name is Jaiditya Mishra, and along with all three of them, I will backface with them. I passed out of Narsimunji College, completed my BCom honors, the 3-year course, which is now referred to as BCom Management and Finance. Yeah. So on top of that, I feel as far as the CFA degree is concerned, the first question that each and every person who's thinking of pursuing CFA needs to ask himself or herself is that why this particular course? Because if they're doing it because their friends are doing it, I think it's a waste of time. You should do it because of the curriculum. Initially, when I was planning on doing something alongside BCom honors, because just to get a hold of it, I've always been interested in the field of finance. It has been my calling ever since, but I wanted to do something in a similar domain and specific area. So just to top that off, I focused on finding out suitable degrees that one can do, degrees with enough emphasis, degrees with enough stature in the market. So I started off with thinking about doing CA, but I felt after going through the curriculum, though a very well reputed course in India, I didn't feel like I could do something like that. And then somebody, one of my seniors named Jay Mantri, he introduced me to the concept of CFA. He was pursuing CFA at that time. And when I, just like you guys are sitting right now, I was sitting in a similar meet and came to know about the entire curriculum structure, the procedure there in the course. Then I came to know about the subject that I taught. And when I went through the name of the subject, it was something that I really wanted to do. Equity, fixed income, these subjects, these are core finance subjects. So I really mean that if it's your calling, if then only you should focus on doing it. Otherwise, it is just a race that everybody is involved in. And if it's right for everyone. So if it's your calling, go about it, start pursuing it. And first, it's very important to understand the curriculum of the exam. It is going to be the best curriculum I've ever came across of any competitive exam till date. So that is something that was left to add. Apart from that, as far as the time is concerned, as Adveta mentioned, Adveta and I started the preparation in November. Of course, we did not study it seriously for the exam. We were hovering around all the time. But as she mentioned, after the end semester that year in March, April was the time when I actually started studying for the exam. April, May, June, July, these 4 months, along with my internship, I was interning at that time in HDFC. So managing that time with internship was something that really, takes a toll on you sometimes, because my internship was in Kanjurmarg. I had to travel for 1 hour, 30 minutes daily, both ways. So that was something that took a toll on your mental health as well. But that's what makes you stronger, I feel, because college is not rigorous. If you are thinking of, you'll not be able to manage college along with CFA, that is something that is just not possible, because the college ends at 11, 10, 11. This is the maximum that the college goes on for. So I feel that you have a lot of time on your hands. Right now, if you were to ask me, managing work and managing studies is something that is of impeccable difference. I feel that makes all the difference, because I would like to refer to a thing that I faced in my office 2 days back. I'm working with Trashvista right now, which is a financial advisory firm. So I'm working with RIS, that is Research and Investment Services, core finance role. So the things that I would like to mention here are that 2 days before, I entered the office at 9 o'clock and left at 5 o'clock in the morning the next day. So out of the 24 hours, I was working for the majority of the day. I worked for 20 hours in that particular day. And then the next day, I reported at 9 again. So with 2 hours of sleep, I was again in the office. So managing studies alongside this work specimen, I feel that makes a difference. With college degree, I don't think that would be a big trouble. As far as the curriculum is concerned, I already mentioned the gray area is the best part of the curriculum, everything. And time, I feel a good 5 months is sufficient to crack CFA level 1. And also one more thing that I would like to add is, as far as the coaching is concerned, I feel every person should, at least watch lectures for a few subjects. This is what I feel. And this is completely personal. I feel people just, Vrinda has cleared it without even, referring to lectures. And that is impeccable. But that does not work for everyone, right? You'll have to go through the entire curriculum once and then understand what is required out of the curriculum. If you really feel that watching lectures is going to help you, because it is going to. Eventually, something that I have learned out of the lectures is I know a lot more than what I would have learned if I would have done the entire thing myself. I feel I took lectures from Sanjay Saraf, as Adveta mentioned, great rigorous, crazy rigorous when it comes to watching the lectures. It's close to 650 hours. I started off with Sanjay Saraf, took Ashwini Bajaj midway along with Adveta, but I did not find the lectures really helpful when it came to Ashwini Bajaj. I did not find that I used to connect with him when it came to finance. So I again switched to Sanjay Saraf and then completed the lectures anyhow. So I feel self-study is again going to be the key. That is, treasure is going to be the Bible for each one of you. Because I gave it in August 2023, and then in May 2024, I again appeared for CFA level 2. Flung that attempt, did not go through, and one of the major reasons I feel would have been not going and not referring enough to the special books that were there. I relied on lectures way too long because I did not have the time, because end semesters were there, the college was ending, and everything came quite nicely, and I was not able to question out that much time for the lectures apart from the lectures. So I did not read treasure, and that was the biggest mistake that one could have made. Out of the 10 subjects, I feel 6 subjects were above the 70 percentile, but one subject, that is ethics, it was below the 50th percentile, and that made all the difference, because ethics is going to be the heart of CFA level 1, level 2, level 3. That subject, nobody will even emphasize on the fact, because that is totally opposite when it comes to finance. Of course, it is much needed, but at the same time, the CFA Institute focuses a lot more on ethics, FSA. These subjects are going to be key for you. And if ethics is something that remains below the 50th percentile, I mean, that is not going to be, working in your favor. So I would want you to, focus on only one thing, that is, cross the bridge when you come to it. Don't think about what is going to happen, whether you'll pass or not. Focus on only one thing, that is what you can do right now. If you're really interested in the curriculum, keep your head down, study for decent amount of hours, put in the effort that is needed, and don't forget to have fun, because these 3 years are going to be the best years of your life. Trust me when I say this. You'll have crazy outings, you'll meet crazy people, great friends. So this is what makes all the difference. Focus on that as well. And then once you're done with that, I feel also focus on the priorities that you have, because career is going to be the key. In the end, nobody will ask how the 3 years were, but at the same time, that is what makes you who you are, right? That is what makes you who you are. And at the same time, yeah, keep your head down and study for the exam. You'll go through. It's not a very difficult exam to clear. You'll have fun. And yeah, that's about it, I guess. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Jaiditya. So as Jaiditya mentioned, with the college degree and the timing you spend in the college, maybe 7 to 11 or not, you will have a sufficient time. You can study your own. You can take the help of lectures and all. Jaiditya also works in Tres Vista, one of the, very reputed financial firm. And not only that, he has also appeared level 2 exam. Level 1, as he said, will be more of a knowledge oriented, and level 2 onward, it becomes a professionals. But only what he says is, surely it is doable. You can do it. It will add all four speaker. All four who are BCom honors student, now we call it a BCom management and finance. All four speakers agrees to one thing: the course is doable, and it adds to your knowledge tremendously at the beginning. Just ordinary BCom degree versus the CFA professional will put you in a different look altogether. And however, all four says ki at least you have to study your own. Whether you join classes or not is not that important, but you have to study your own. Being an objective exam, your concept has to be very clear. Yes, now the house is open for your question and answer. Yeah, all four of you can put the video on. And the student, if you have any question, don't worry. If you want any particular speaker to answer, then so mention the speaker, or any one of them can answer. Yeah, preferably those who would like to, ask the question, put the video on so that you can get connected to the speaker and us and others audience. Yeah, any question? Any question? Ayush, you have a question? Tell me, Ayush. Tell me, Ayush. Ayush Manav, any of you
Yes,
got
sir.
question? Yeah, boli Ayush.
Hello, sir.
What you
My name is
prefer,
Ayush
sir?
and I'm from.
Online coaching or offline coaching?
बहुत बोलता है बीच में.
This question is, online coaching is better, recorded lecture of online, or versus offline? Which one is better?
See,
Who
I
has
think
taken the coaching can answer that question.
yeah. So I think it actually doesn't matter that much. It is just that key somewhere you need to understand, as like we all mentioned, this is just giving you the base. इसके आगे के लिए what is required to crack it in the finance world, you'll have to understand by your own. So it's better if you start having an habit of thoda sa like less spoon feeding ka and take it an online lecture, because somewhere there'll be times when you cannot ask questions and you'll have to figure out an answer on your own. Secondly, like all of us mentioned, that is a time when you're giving it for the first time, that you'll be either studying for like Vrinda, you will be doing articleship, or like the three of us, we were doing an internship. Like all of us were interning. That requires 9 hours of your day. Uske baad you need to like preferably you will study for some other exam also. Like I was studying for CAT. Jaiditya was also doing other things. Adveta was also doing other. And Vrinda had her CA as well going on. So you won't actually have the time to actually like fixate yourself to an offline class. It's better take an online class, increase the speed. You can fast forward also. There'll be concept which won't require you to like get repeatedly understanding the same thing. You can fast forward it. So that becomes more efficient for you. And more importantly, you'll get a touch of understanding on your own also certain things which is required, because you need to have somewhere you need to develop the understanding ki without asking questions also you can understand a particular topic. And plus being in Bombay, I think Sanjay Saraf या फिर Ashwini Bajaj, so you will anyways not get. So, matlab, as much as I have compared the syllabus, I'll think the faculty also creates a vast difference. So, uske liye I'll suggest कि this should not be even a factor, कि whether I should go for online or offline. A more important factor should be which teacher can I more relate to.
Oh, that's great. What she says, though offline student may think as a first option, but looking to the practicality, time, the management of time, and the faculty available who should be the best in that particular subject. If they are not in Mumbai, you have no choice except going for the online. Online has its own advantage. Simple thing you can speed up, and difficult thing you can revise. So online has its own advantage. Thank you, Kritan. Yeah. Any other
Uh,
next question?
so
Sir,
I would
may
like to add to
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Advaita,
answer.
please add. Advaita,
Sir, I
add.
had a question, sir, please.
1 minute. Advaita would like to add something to the same. Yeah, Advaita.
So I had a few friends who went to Manish Ramuka for their coaching offline. So, a way to decide between online and offline could be, according to my suggestion, is that so with online, you are not that consistent. If I'm speaking very blatantly, okay. With offline, you are a little more consistent because you have those professors going through chapters in a particular sequence, and you have to pay attention. So I think if you can do it on your own, and if you think that you have the willpower to watch all the lectures consistently and then study for the exam, then please go for online, because obviously it is way less training than going for offline. Okay. And when it comes to offline, if you want consistency, if you want to not rush through it like I think all of us did, then I think the perfect match would be offline coaching. And I think I've heard a lot about Manish Ramuka as an offline coaching. But yes, another thing to add is that this is only for level one. So I am guessing that, for level two or at the max level three, you will be working. You can't do it like you will not be doing it on a standalone basis. So when you're working in a job, you can't attend offline. It's like very exhausting as it is. Working plus studying, in my experience, has been exhausting. So I have no time to go out and everything. So I would say for that, you will have to switch to online. So make that decision according to your own personal traits and characteristics.
Yeah. Advaita is very right and clear. Ki, though offline coaching may be preferred, as far as level 2 and level 3 is concerned, you will have no much choice because either you will be working or doing something else and hardly will have time to go for the offline. Level 1, okay, all right. If you are thinking that no, I can't study online at all, then all right, go for the offline coaching. But if you think looking to the time and other circumstances, go online coaching. However, she clearly warned, which I also repeat again and again from viewing my accounting video. All my accounting video is free, and because it is free, student don't view the consistently or completely. So if at all you go for online coaching, which I feel is good, but see that you maintain that consistent space like a coaching class, make the timetable, devote the time. Once you start the video, don't stop till you complete that topic, then you will have a best advantage. Thank you, Advaita. Yeah, any other question?
sir, I have a question, sir. I am Manav Katwani, sir.
Bolo
Sir, I
Ayush.
wanted to ask a question.
बोलिए.
Hello.
बोलो.
Sir,
Yes,
hello.
sir. Uh, sir. हाँ, so, sir, I wanted to ask that, matlab, like Jaiditya Bhaiya said, that we have difficult times. Like, he failed in one exam also, apparently. So I just wanted to know that, like, if he could give some tips as to, especially being in Bombay, there are distractions that we face. So can he help us?
Yes, Jaiditya.
Hello, hello. I was not able to get the question properly. Can they repeat it again? The voice was cracking. What is the question about?
इनका क्वेश्चन है
I'm
कि तुम
sorry,
कुछ
like,
स्पेशल टिप्स दे सकते हैं क्या
sir, I
मैनेजिंग
didn't
द.
mean to, like,
I mean,
make you feel bad or offend or something. I just had a normal doubt that, with, like, especially outstation students like us, we come from outside, and it's like Bombay. And so like, can you give us any tips, like how can we concentrate
yeah, I get your
and
point.
focus?
Yeah,
जयदीत्य साथ में ये भी ऐड करना स्पेशली सिर्फ ऑल फोर स्पीकर आर आउटसाइड मुंबई एंड आउटसाइड मुंबई को और क्या एक डिस्ट्रैक्शन होता है वो जरा खास बता देना एंड हाउ डू यू ओवरकम विद दैट डिस्ट्रैक्शन.
so in my opinion, I feel that level two is going to be a different ball game altogether. That is, one needs to assess the conditions there. That all of this gets very personal when it comes to preparing for the exam, different things can work for different individuals. And as far as I am concerned, I feel that as far as I'm concerned, I feel that level one was not a problem, but at the same time, when it came to level two, a lot of things were there. The college was ending. We had a lot of things to work out for. As far as the distractions are concerned, I feel Mumbai is a city. It is about how determined and how focused you are on what you want to do, right? I feel that I did not do that wrong. As far as I'm concerned, I was able to study for a decent amount of hours that were required. But at the same time, the one thing that did not work for me was I feel transitioning from Mumbai to going back home again and then studying for level two. I feel distractions were not the reason I flunked the exam. The reason that I flunked the exam was I did not give it the adequate amount of respect that it deserved, because reading treasure was going to be the Bible, as I mentioned earlier, and I was not able to do that because of the limited time constraint. I should have planned things better, of course, and I feel that I'm really going to reappear in the month of November again this year. So that is going to be one key. But apart from that, the distractions, I would feel that it comes down to a very personal level. If you can make it work, you can make it work. Different people have different constraints. All of them coming from different cities across India, coming to Mumbai. Of course, it gets daunting in the beginning, but at the same time, once you get a hold of it, it's all fine. I feel it's not about the distraction; it's about what you want to do in life. I feel if you're ready to go about it, go about the entire hard course that is required to achieve the required result that is there. You'll go through it. That is not going to be a major constraint. And people all around you, they'll be focusing and they'll be having different aspirations for their career, and that makes you not want to settle for less, because as Vrinda is appearing for CA finals in the month of November next year, and Kritin has been preparing for GMAT. Adveta will be preparing for CAT after she's done with level 2. So this is what keeps you going. Good company is what keeps you going, I feel. Make good friends, and that is going to be the key aim.
Yeah, Jaiditya rightly said, compared to level one, level two is absolutely different ballgame, requires a lot of professionalism, lot of commitment, lot of sincerity, and a fullest focused attention. And unless we take it to the true spirit of the professionalism required or the commitment required, it will not be as simple compared to the level one. Thank you, thank you. But he also said, see about the distraction, a lot of distraction comes to the college, especially those who are outside Mumbai, having got a freedom first time or second time in the life, enjoying the college and other life, getting so-called exposure. But if you're committed to it, then you are committed to it. And otherwise, you'll be just cheating yourself and everyone else that you are doing CFA but not doing actually CFA. Yeah, good question. Good answer. Yeah. Who is the next one? Any other question?
Sir, I just want to. Sir, I didn't mean to, like make him feel bad about failure or something.
There is nothing like feeling bad. You have to accept the reality of the life, which you have
I just-
realized, all of you have realized,
I-
more seriously now compared to probably even when you were in doing graduation at that point of time.
Again, sir, I'm sorry from my side. Jaiditya Bhaiya, I'm sorry.
Why? There is nothing to feel sorry about that. It's all
There's
free
nothing to
flow
be
of
sorry about it.
interaction.
It's all fine.
It's absolutely, it's like all those four speakers. The only difference between all four and you is that they are 1 year probably senior to many of you. However, similarity is that they are all as intelligent as you are. All four are from outside Mumbai. They also have an aspirational goal, what you all have. So just don't feel about that. Absolutely no regret, no guilt feeling for anyone anyway. Absolutely. And it's good that, we are meeting these young people who are actually clearing our doubt, because they were also sailing in the same boat about a year or so. Yeah. Any other question?
Sir, I have a
Yeah, sir.
question.
Yes, sir, I am.
Yeah,
Sir,
please
I
put
also
the.
have a question.
Those who have not asked the question should get first chance, but first chance will be given to whose video is on. Boliye Sai. Sai bolo.
Sir,
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, tell me.
Yes, sir. No, I just had a very basic question. What are the good YouTube references that our seniors used for CFA?
All right. Who is giving the answer? Those who did not spend money but made use of YouTube can be the right one to answer. जो free resources क्या है? Accounting का है तो I can give Vijay Satra sir's accounting lecture. But other than that, CFA, tell me, who had used more YouTube
Yeah, I
video?
think YouTube mein I could not find, like, I think Vrinda can
Lot
also
many
answer that,
things.
but YouTube mein there was not a lot of things for CFA which I found very helpful. But yes, there are like, I'll say if there are 10 topics, there are 5 to 6 topics for which you can do it without video lectures also. And for that, it is easier if you just refer to the notes. Because I remember that I did not have time to watch all the lectures. So FSA and one or two more subjects, including equity also, I did not watch, or economics also. I did not watch any lectures. I just went through the notes, and then there is Quizaka notes, which is also available for free on the net if you download a
Vrinda, I
PDF
think so.
format.
You view some YouTube resources.
Yes,
Vrinda can give the answer.
Yes, sir. So, for level one, we have a lot of content on YouTube. And if I go subject wise, see, when we talk about FSA, which is the financial statement analysis, it's more about the accounting part. So, it's not about getting the concepts done, but a lot of remembering part is there. And if I talk mainly about the new topics, which are fixed income, derivatives, alternative investments, and maybe a little part of equity, so there are videos by Kevin Harrier sir. So I refer to the fixed income videos of Kevin sir. Then there is a Fintree subscription also. So like all of these videos are for free. So in Fintree, I used to refer for quants, the quantitative methods. Then there was IFT videos. So IFT is, I don't know, it has a tie-up with the CF Institute or something, but it has the videos on all the 10 chapters, be it FSA or like anything from FSA to ethics. So IFT videos were helpful because they are short, crisp videos with connecting like to the point concepts and not explaining much about the practical life about it. So IFT videos, Kevin sir, then Fintree, and then there was this Vikas Vora sir. So they took revisionally lectures of say 10 hours or 11 hours. So like 4 days or 5 days before the exam, I referred to Vikas Vora sir's videos because they were very comprehensive and they also
Yeah.
like they
Any
not
other
just.
question? Why don't you all of you put the video on so that I can take one photograph, and of course you can continue with the question answer. Any other question?
Sir,
Just put the
sir,
video on, all of you. Then I can take one more photo. If your video is on, everyone.
hello.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Am I audible?
I
If
think
it,
you guys are audible.
I got disconnected. Yeah. Please put the video on. Please put the video on so that we can take one good picture. All the participants who are here, put the video on. All the participants who are here, put the video on. Anyone else? Yeah. Any other question? All right.
Yes, sir. I
Raise
have
my
a
hand.
question, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please
Yes, sir.
fast.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Sir,
Please fast.
How
sir, I
how
have a
early should
question
I start
to
studying for CFA
Adveta.
level one?
No, we could not hear the question.
Sir, sir, I have a question to
How
Adveta.
early should I start studying for CFA level one?
We could not hear. Studying CFA level
Sir,
one means we did. What did it say?
How
Repeat the
early
sir,
question.
should I start studying for CFA level one?
How early, Advaita, how early person should start? Suppose the person, many students have just taken admission in FY. You know, it's like खून गरम है. कुछ क्रांति कर देंगे, मुंबई में आ गए हैं. So once the student join after passing 12th in FY, what is the earliest time they should start studying themselves and appear for the exam? Yeah. सबसे पहला एग्जाम हम 12th के बाद कब जल्दी से जल्दी दे सकते हैं?
I think the rules have changed since we've passed out. Like the rule now is that you can give it in your second year. When it was during our time, it was like we could only give it 11 months before graduation. But I think now you can give it 23 months before graduation.
Oh, that's great.
You can essentially start preparing in the first year itself and then give it in the second year. And honestly, this is a better alternative. Yeah, study for level 2 alongside college. Don't do it with your job because it's really exhausting. So I think you can do that. Study in the first year, give it in the second year, level 1, and then for level 2 you can either take a break or study for it in the third year and give it in May before joining your job.
Oh, that's right. What Adveta and others, they were not, these four students were not as lucky as the current students are. Those who are in current year FY, start studying from right now. It is the right time, it's never late. And when you are in August, say SY August, give level 1.
Sir,
Again, you will have full
same
time
sir.
for preparation. And when you are in TY August, give level 2. Right now, my present TY becomes students. Few of them are appearing for level 2. And mind well, level 2 is a professional exam. It's not just a knowledge enhancement exam, but it will put you in a different league. And present batch are lucky before you graduate in 3 years, you'll be able to clear level 1 and level 2, take up the job, give sufficient time for level 3. Very nice, Advaita. Yeah, any other question? Very good.
Sir, sir, I have a
Sir, I
question,
have a
sir.
question.
देखो आपका आवाज नहीं सुनाई दे रहा है, मैं बार बार बोलता हूँ, जिसको भी क्वेश्चन पूछना है पहले से वीडियो ऑन करो, सो दैट वी गिव यू फर्स्ट चांस.
So I've got a question.
बोलिए, बोलो नेहल. द क्वेश्चन टू नेहल, बोलिए.
Yes, hello, good afternoon, everybody. So basically, my question was that practicing questions is very important for CFA level 1. At least that is the advice that we got from a lot of seniors. So in order to do that, is the learning ecosystem that CFA provides us with, is that enough to certain extent, like the mock papers that they give, plus the practice questions, the extra practice questions, as well as the normal quizzes that are there on the portal?
Yeah, so I think for CFA, all you need to do is practice using the candidate resources. That's like more than enough, but obviously you can do it twice. I did it twice, okay, because I turned to be a little underconfident when it comes to exams. That's a personal thing. So I think I did it 2 times, but all I did was practice from the candidate resources, and all I know from people who have cleared level 2 as well as level 3 is that candidate resources are of utmost importance, like the questions on the CFA portal.
All right, thank you so much.
Also,
Sir,
one more thing
sir,
which I
I am
learned
Manav
while
Patwani.
solving
I have
those
a question,
questions.
sir.
Kritin
Sir,
would
I
like
also
to add 1 minute. Kritin is adding something to Advaita. Yes, Kritin.
Yeah, so one thing which I also learned during that was like while solving those questions is more important than the questions are the answers which are framed by the CFA Institute itself. So more important than solving all the questions and that too correctly, it is that you at least have an understanding of the answer, you can comprehend it completely. That will actually like solid your base, which is very important.
All right, thank you, Kritin. Thank you, Advita.
What is the cost
You know, we have these four, 1 minute, we had these four speaker and they were very active in the college in various fest and committees. When they also experienced, like you see, when they arrange the fest in the college and all, it is not so easy to find the audience. You know, they will struggling many a time to get the audience and all. You agree to it? And I am happy that all those four speakers attracted today 149 attendees, including 5 of us. So it's a big round of applause to all those four speakers, their expertise and students' enthusiasm for doing something professional and be different than the rest of the other. Yeah. Who's next question? And these
Sir,
four
I've
speaker
got a
also,
question.
Sir,
now these four speaker also suddenly they are on the opposite side of the table. They're advising youngster. That's so good. Like, you know, till last year they used to take the advice. So good now. Yeah. What is the
sir, I
next
have a
question?
question, sir.
I have a
बोलिए
question,
काव्या.
sir.
बोलो.
Hello.
ये
बोलिए
डाउट सर,
काव्या.
मतलब फ्रैंकली मतलब मेरे से पढ़ा भाई, तो मतलब मेरे को लगता है कॉलेज लाइफ इससे ज्यादा एंजॉय कर लो, तो मतलब डू यू हैव एनी टिप्स कि कॉलेज लाइफ ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है या फिर ये फालतू का पढ़ाई?
Could you please repeat?
उनका क्वेश्चन है कि कॉलेज लाइफ एंजॉयमेंट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट और प्रोबेबली दिस टाइप ऑफ स्टडी एंड ऑल, राइट? ऐसा ही है ना कुछ क्वेश्चन?
हाँ सर, मतलब ऐसे ही है, क्योंकि जो मेरे पापा का बिजनेस तो है, क्या करूंगा मतलब पढ़ लिख के.
So I'll tell you something. It all totally depends on you. So if you feel like acing it in the corporate, or if you even want to join your family business, okay, and you just want to do it for the knowledge, you can go ahead and do it. You can put your time to enjoyment. You can put your time to studies, to your career, anything. That's totally all on you. No one can decide that for you. If you're not serious enough, you will anyways not be able to do it. So better not put that money to waste.
All
Okay,
right.
so
I'll add something to it. Advait,
yeah.
मैं हमेशा एक स्टोरी मेरे क्लास में तो बोलते रहता हूँ, 25 साल पहले मारवाड़ी बाप बेटे मेरे पास आते थे. द फादर केम विद द कंप्लेंट कि मेरा बच्चा पागल हो गया है. 25 साल पहले बच्चा बोलता है मुझे एमबीए करना है. पिताजी बोलता है बेटा पागल हो गया, उसको बोलो मेरे धंधे में लग जाओ, मैं उसको 3 साल काम करो, एमबीए की डिग्री दे देगा, धंधे में होशियार हो जाएगा. बोलता है एमबीए करके क्या कमा लेगा. ये पिताजी बोलते थे 25 साल पहले. आज 25 साल के बाद भी वही हो गया. वापस बाप बेटे मेरे पास आता है, वापस मारवाड़ी बाप बेटे आते हैं. अब वापस वो पिताजी कंप्लेन करते हैं मेरा बेटा पागल हो गया. मैं बोला अभी क्या हो गया है. बोलता है बेटा मेरे को धंधे में लगना है. उसको बोलो समझाओ, पढ़ो, एमबीए बनो, आगे बढ़ो, धंधा करना कितना मुश्किल है. आई होप यू गॉट योर आंसर. बट एनीवे, the complexity of business has changed a lot, absolutely lot different. So doing a business with proper professional qualification, master's degree has a different meaning than doing the business which otherwise traditionally the businessmen were doing. Yeah, any of you would like to answer can answer, but life एक ही है, मजा करो, मैं भी करता हूँ. Yeah, anything else? Yes.
Sir,
So I have a question.
Sir,
So will I be facing a major
Sir, I wanted
professional
to know
setback?
about the cost.
सर जो लोग भी है ना माइक ऑन करते हैं ऑफ रखते हैं तो समझता नहीं है 3 जन कौन बोल रहे हैं. बट उतना पक्का है माइक ऑन होगा, वीडियो ऑन होगा तो उसको पहले चांस देंगे. यस
Sir,
गो
I
अहेड.
wanted to know about the cost that is.
कॉस्ट कितना है? वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन. कॉस्ट कितना है भाई? कॉस्ट ऑफ प्रोग्राम कितना है? कॉस्ट ऑफ 1 मिनट प्रोग्राम कितना है? कोचिंग क्लास की कितनी है?
हाँ सर, बुक्स एंड मटेरियल भी.
बुक्स एंड मटेरियल ऑल्सो. गुड क्वेश्चन.
I think the registration cost has increased from our time. I remember the exact figure. I think it was 1,21,000, including the one-time registration fee. So it might have increased to 1.3 or 1.4. And I personally had wasted a lot of money on coaching because I took 2 coachings. So Sanjay Saraf was around 32,000 and Ashwini was around 6,000. So lot of money wasted, but nevertheless the outcome was fine. For books, I think we bought it, me and Jaiditya, both of us bought it from like this store like who sells copies of Schwezer books or something like that. So that's actually that was for 1,000-1,500, something like that. The calculator is a little expensive. It's for 3 to 4K. So that is another cost that you could add. I think that's about it.
So yes, what she said is 1 minute. See, it's a 1 minute. The registration and all will be in dollar. So she mentioned about 120, 130 Indian rupees, which works out to around $1,300 or so. It has gone up to about level 1. If you fail again, you pay 1,300 or something like around that. Number 1. Number 2, the books. Pirated, what we call copied book are available between 1,500 to about 3,000-4,000 between that, whatever you choose. Then comes to coaching. It's right from 0 rupees. The pirated video lectures available to you spend around 30-40,000. So it's all, but not that expensive still. Yeah, another thing I would like one of you to answer, is there any scholarship available? I suppose something for girls or Jaiditya, you have any idea? Or any one of you, scholarship?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Even I wanted.
Yes, sir. So, can I start to answer the question?
Whether any scholarship is available to either boys or girls, or only girls, I suppose.
Yeah. So basically, there are 2 scholarships that are fundamentally available to all the applicants to appearance to CFA level 1 or level 2 or level 3 in case. So the first one is Access Scholarship, which is open to everybody, whether it be a boy or a girl. Access Scholarship. So that brings down the cost from 130 to approximately 25-30,000. So it's a scholarship for 1 lakh rupees. But there are conditions. You'll have to write 2 answers for the Access Scholarship. That is, what do you add up to the CFA community, and why do you want to do this particular course? Something on similar lines. These 2 questions are to be answered by each and every applicant, and then they assess your answers. And once you provide them with the details that are there, and if they like your answer and it is suitable, then very few people get the scholarship. Not everybody, of course, because I applied for the scholarship in my level 1 attempt as well as my level 2 attempt. But I did not get it both the times. And yeah, but I also feel that even if you don't get the scholarship, it is a great medium to delay the entire process, because once you opt for the scholarship thing, then you additionally get 30-35 days for the early bird wala thing. So I feel if you really want to comprehending, and if you're really in a dilemma right now that whether you want to appear for the exam or not, go for the scholarship. And after the results are announced, you again get 15 more days to, early bird, register through the early bird wala thing. So I feel that it is a great asset. And one more scholarship is available, which is only for the girls. That I don't have a lot of idea about, but yeah, there are two scholarships that are available that bring down the cost from 130 to approximately 35,000.
Yeah, as Jatin rightly said, Jaiditya rightly said, there are scholarship for the girls only, but the conditions are
Thank you,
different. I
Jaiveer.
suppose it is based on financial condition or something like that. And for the boys, it is based on the essay or the statement of purpose on the you write, you get it. However, by trying to get the scholarship, you see that you don't lose that early bird advantage also. So you balance it out. Yeah, but it was a good. Acha, Jaiditya, where do you get all this information on the CFA website? Yeah, all this
Everything, sir,
information.
everything. But once you start and once you've decided that you want to pursue it, go to the cfainstitute.com and then get everything that is required, everything that is available is of prime significance. And don't trust anybody else or any other source. I feel that this is the only reliable information that is available because it's everything. It is not an Indian examination, and that gives it a very big advantage because the people there are very professional. So everything that you need to know about the curriculum, everything that you need to know about the course is available as it is. So that won't be a difference. And apart from that, even if you want to, ask a question that whether this thing will be good for me or not, you're having doubts, then you can also answer via mail. So if you can mail them your query and they answer within a day or two. So that is just brilliant on their part. So yeah, that is also something that gives the course a much more respect than any other course in India.
Oh, Jaiditya pointed out very good thing. The first thing you should do when you start thinking of doing CFA, whether you are doing or not is a subsequent thing. The moment you thought of a CFA, the first thing you should do is to visit the official website, word by word, read it carefully, the content, the syllabus, the cost, and whatever other information, including the scholarship, is available. Don't go by what other friends or other one says. Go to the reliable, authenticate source. Yes, that's great. Now the last question.
Sir, I
Anyone?
have a question, sir.
That's the last one, but yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay. Sir, I have a question that I am currently pursuing BBA from NMIS Mumbai, and the attendance schedule is very rigorous. So, because of attendance schedule, I think there would be a problem for me to pursue CFA, and I am really confused whether to pursue CFA or should prepare for CAT now. I am currently in first year.
Hi. So I'll tell
कॉलेज
you.
छोड़ दे पहले तो कॉलेज छोड़ दे
So the thing is that I had a roommate from NMIMS. So she had subsequently she had friends. So I knew a lot of her friends who were in NMIMS, yet they would pursue CFA and CAT. So honestly, you can do both. CAT, I think it's better to start in the second year. So maybe you can just study in the first year for CFA and then give it a go in the second year. And then if you want to do both and if you are hell bent on pursuing CAT and MBA right after college, then maybe you can start studying for that in the second year. So that could be a way you could go about it. But I think it also kind of depends on what you essentially want to do in life and what actually interests you. So you need to decide that for yourself whether a core finance degree really interests you, or maybe you're more hell bent on like pursuing a management degree and that too right after college. But also another thing, pursuing a management degree out of college is not that easy. There's a lot of competition. You can do it certainly, but there's competition everywhere, so you can't undermine the competition in CFA or CAT. So you have to think about it with, you can talk to a lot of people who've already done it and you can just think it through.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
Kritin wants
I
to
also
add
I have
have a
one
something.
doubt
last
that
question.
Kritin, you wanted to add
sir,
something?
Sir, no, I think Adveta covered
Okay.
everything. It is
All
just
right.
that
Now,
I
now,
believe.
really the last question. All right.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
really the
Yes.
last
Sir, I
question,
have a
Sir,
Bhavit.
question, sir. Sir, I have a
Bhavit,
sort of
boliye.
sir,
I
appreciation
have,
to all of you.
Now, the last
sir,
question from
Sir,
Bhavit.
sir, sir,
sir,
I'm truly inspired by all of them, sir. I feel that they're not bhaiya and didi to me, they're teachers to me, sir. And there's a request for all of them that please start a coaching institute together. I would be the first one to join of you. Thank you, guys. Preachers to all of them, guys. Hip hip hooray.
Vaibhav, you don't
Sir,
have
I
to
have one
join
last
and pay money
question.
to them. They are always available to
Sir,
help you out. They are there today also to help you out. Don't worry. All
Sir, I
right.
have one last question to
I have a question,
Jaiditya.
sir.
बोलो Jaiditya, आखिरी question to Jaiditya before we close. बोलो
Sir,
Desai.
how it would,
Sir,
sir, I have a question that
sir,
how
I
it
wanted,
CFA would enhance my MBA, sir.
आपको question repeat करना होगा.
Sir, what is the advantage of CFA with MBA? Means if I do MBA alone and if I do MBA with CFA or I have a degree of
See,
CFA
all
with
right.
MBA.
I tell you, those who are just doing a graduation, BCom honors, BBA and all, it's just tough to get into those MBA. It's not so simple to get top 10 MBA because that's altogether different league. But suppose if you, together with the graduation, doing some professional program, maybe CFA, maybe CA, CC or anything, then your chance of getting into those top 10 business school is much higher. Ordinary graduate, it is just very difficult that you have to accept reality, which most of you find it difficult to accept, and everyone thinks that I am suitable for the top 10, but you would like to get admission in top 10, whether they would like to take you or not, you have to accept certain reality. Yeah, Desai, what was your question?
sir, I have a question to Jaiditya. I wanted to know about the work culture of Tressis.
World culture of Tres Vista.
I I feel it's too early to get into all of that. What year are you in right now?
All
What
right.
year are you in right now?
Where are you from
I
now?
feel,
What
sir,
are you
if
doing, Desai?
work culture is concerned, it's a very fast-paced issue as of now because if these people are in first, second, third year, the only thing that they should care about right now is clearing the exam and
Yeah.
focusing on what's more important right now. As far as the culture is concerned, anybody who wants to enter into core finance, long hours is something that he or she will have to be fine with. As I mentioned earlier, that out of the 24 hours on Friday, I
20
worked
hours
20 hours. I
in
was
office for
in
the
office for the
first 20 hours.
first 20 hours.
So that is
So
going to
that
be
is
the
going
case,
to be the
but I
case,
also
but
feel
I also feel that that is what is required out of you if you really want to work in core finance.
All right.
Jaiditya, you are
So
not
with
audible.
all right, no problem. He says you forget about the work culture for the time being. Right now we are in FI BCom. The work comes after TY. First, you concentrate what career you want to choose. Be focused on that. Don't worry about all the subsequent things what we are going to do after graduation. With that, we are beginning of the journey for the future aspirant CFA student and ending this session. And I really thank all these four youngsters, that is Jaiditya, Kritin, Adveta, Vrinda, who readily accepted our invitation to guide the students in all the way in the busy schedules. They are really busy working, job, preparing for their professional exams and MBA and other thing. And that too Sunday when they would like to be to rest or they enjoy the life. Thank you very much. And I thank really all the audience, participant and attendees for being here and making the session interesting and useful by asking the questions for the benefit all. Thank you very much. The
thank you
recording
for
of
giving
this
us this
particular
platform,
session,
sir.
the recording of this
Welcome,
particular
sir.
session,
Welcome.
the recording of this session I'll upload on the YouTube. I'll share the link to all these four speakers also, and also all the groups of our SVKM institutes, so they can always refer to this conversation at any time in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Love you,
Thank you,
Jaiditya
Kritin.
bhaiya.
Thank you, Jaiditya.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Jaiditya Bhaiya.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Bhavi.
Kalu.
Yeah,
Thank you.
welcome.
Thank you, sir, for having us. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. All the best, everyone.
ए चलना निकल